Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to my peoples and my guys, look alive, look alive. It's your boy Act Reachiff or Judge Galvatron presiding. Just kidding. You know what I mean? It's your boy with another episode of the Jab Jamboree. Salute, man. This is executive produced by the Full Berserker Clan, produced by the Mighty LDBC. Let's get into it. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. So it's a few, boxing topics, we gonna talk about. We gonna talk about Chris Colbert versus King Tug. A lot of people didn't want to talk about Chris Colbert versus King Tug, but I always gotta get, the shit into the stick. So let's talk about it. Now, me personally, uh, I think that this is a real interesting fight. Outside of all of the allegations that's going on with Chris Colbert and his comments on Wilder and Earl Spence, I want to talk about the Earl Spence comment where he said Earl is flat-footed and that he picked Pacquiao to beat Earl. I don't think that that was outlandish or crazy. That's his opinion. We have to remember, just because it's somebody outside of the culture, that doesn't mean that they don't have their own opinion. Boxers do not think like fans. I'm going to say that again. Boxers do not think like fans. So you have to think like a boxer. A lot of boxers don't even watch boxing like that. They watch fights here and there. Like my boys in the gym, like Wanderer, like that's the probably the dude outside of me in the gym that's really making noise. My Dominican bro, Wanderer. You know what I'm saying? He don't really watch boxing like that. He a heavyweight. He don't, and I spar him. He like 234. He don't really watch boxing like that. I'm probably the only one in the gym, me, and when I invite my boy Nick over, he the only other one that really watch boxing heavy like that. So when they come from their angles and they tactics in the fight on how they're going to perceive and predict the fight, I don't think that we should really automatically just throw up the guard and be like, oh my God, oh, he picked against Earl Spence. This is that and the third. Like that's crazy, guys. Like there's been plenty of times where I felt like everybody should have picked this person and they picked the other person. So we can't do that now. You know what I mean? Now, as far as him, Chris Colbert getting into the Wilder situation with him saying, oh, there's no possibility of no underhandness going down in the fight. I disagree with that. What's good, Steels? Um, Tell the people where they can find you at and all that.
Hey, y'all know what it is. It's your favorite, your most hated hard fella. Back for another one. You know what I mean? Salute to the Jab Jamboree. Make sure y'all subscribe, and when you're done subscribing, go on over to the Art Fella, the War Report. You know what I mean? And subscribe over there. We got the War Report listening sessions going on and whatnot. Just did a listening session with R&B upcoming superstar Joseph Calloway out of East Oakland. So yeah, go check that out. Run those numbers up. But yeah, there's some definitely some topics worthy to be cooking on in the sport of boxing act.
Yeah, I was just talking about the whole Chris Colbert situation with the Wilder stuff because I was going to talk about his fight with King Tug. and him missing weight at first and then him making weight on the second attempt. So if you want to talk about that in the weigh-in, feel free.
Yeah, yeah, so of course the news has probably came out. A lot of the brothers are probably hearing that Colbert missed weight on the first attempt, not by much. I mean, it was what, point 0.6 off. He was 130.6, and then he removed the boxers, and that took point 0.4 off, so he was still uh above the weight limit by point 0.2, which he eventually, I think, less than an hour, was able to get that off. So that's not a. I mean, with all the negativity and all the shit that's been going on behind the scenes with Chris Colbert, for him to miss weight even by the smallest of margins is not. You know what I mean? It's not the best to look for him. You know what I mean? Especially with all the extra criticism, or all the extra hate that he's been receiving due to his perspective on certain things. You know what I mean? But the most egregious thing I seen uh in the weigh-in wasn't so much that he came in overweight. It was the fact that he did the cardinal sin that, even though I'm not a professional boxer, in my estimation, it's a cardinal sin that boxers should never do, and that's if you have a belt, if you're in possession of a belt, you never hand it over to your opponent. You know what I mean? Unless you might let them touch it, but you never fully hand it over to your opponent, because to me, it's like it's pretty much saying that you're giving them the belt. You know what I mean? And that's all she wrote. The last time I seen that is when AJ was super friendly with Andy Ruiz Jr. Let him pose off with the belts, gave him the belts or whatever for Andy Ruiz Jr. to pose off with. And then what happened? The following day, AJ was stopped. You know what I mean? And his belts were gone. Will this be the what happens tomorrow night against Chris Colbert? Possibly, because once again, that's a cardinal sin. You don't you don't put that energy in the universe and give somebody else your belts without your hand being on it. And he fully gave King Tug his belt. You know what I mean? And that's that. So that's my take on that. You know what I mean? More so, more evident than the point 0.6 missed weight that he was on.
Yes, sir. Faith in the cross said word, fellas. Salute, bro. Me personally, he missed the weight. He stripped. He still didn't make the weight. I agree with you. For him to be talking all Cajun like that to everybody else, you would think that you would be more on point. Wilder don't gotta make weight. He's a heavyweight, and Earl Spence always make weight. So yeah, man, humble yourself a little bit. And who's on the undercard?
Uh, Michael Rivera. He's undefeated. I think he's at lightweight 135. He bounces between
Yeah,
lightweight and
140.
140 and
Yeah,
whatnot. He was a possible opponent for AB at one time. Obviously, AB went with Giovanni Santiago. Um, Rivera has a little bit of hype behind him right now. Ever since
yeah.
that
Break that
whole
down. Go ahead. Break that down. Go ahead.
yeah, ever since that whole possible opponent of him being for AB, he's been gaining a little traction within these boxing community, these boxing streets and whatnot. Um, it will be the first time I'm seeing him fight. You know what I mean? So, I'm hearing some good things about Michelle Rivera. You know what I mean? Good, definitely some decent size for the weight class at 135. Um, I can't really speak to what his style is like inside the ring. Once again, I'm gonna be tuning in tomorrow to see what he do. But yeah, this is a great opportunity for him to get in the mix of to get into that mix of possible even tank opponents. You know what I mean? Because once again, he's within that 130 to 140 ish type of kind of tweener size, and he's exclusively with the PBC. So if he looks, you know what I mean, somewhat spectacular or somewhat serviceable, don't be surprised if he might be on the short list of your next tank opponents. Even though, yeah, people are saying I know there's reports of Ryan Garcia being made, but let's be real, man. Uh, Mayweather said in-house for a reason, you know what I mean, and I think that's the way they're going. So let's look at these in-house fights, and Michelle Rivera possibly could be one of them.
What about his opponent? I heard that he got all knockouts.
His opponent, I'm not too, I'm not too privy on his opponent. I think his name is. Let me check real quick to be sure, but yeah, I don't know. I have no information on his opponent at all.
Okay.
I was just thinking that he was just the opponent. You know what I mean, so to speak. John Fernandez is his name. 21-1, 18 KOs, but he's out of Spain. You know what I
Mm,
mean? He's out of
okay.
Spain, and I'm not really too respectful of the Spanish boxing community with regards to like their fighters are on world class levels. You know what I mean? A lot of their fighters I've seen, they have some guys with some blowing up records, but against who? You know what I mean? Um, yeah, Fernandez got 18 KOs out of 22 fights. He stands at 5'11". You know what I mean? So he's a big lightweight, 25 years old, young at that. His only loss comes by a decision. You know what I mean? By a guy that we do know. You know what I mean? His only loss came outside of Spain in the States against Oshaki Foster. Um,
Mm.
yeah, they fought in 2018, and both of them fought at 130. You know what I mean? So he's since moved up in weight. This John Fernandez, but yeah, he took an L to Oshaki Foster.
Salute to Rome from Far Rock. Go
Look
ahead.
like as far as the fight goes on paper, Foster washed him. You know what I mean, over the 10 rounds, 8 rounds to two. It looks like so. Other than that, there's nobody really notable on his record. I mean, he has been fighting guys with winning records, but most of these guys are unknown Europeans and whatnot. So I expect Michelle Rivera to knock this guy out, even though he has a decent a high knockout ratio. But once again, against who? There might be some problems once again with this guy's height, 5'11". But yeah, I think Rivera, the hype is justified. You know what I mean? And he should be able to get this guy John Fernandez out of there.
Yes, sir. Salute to my bro, BFTB in the building. Salute, champ. And he said, "What's up, Odd?"
Indeed, what it do, Grave Digger? What it do?
Um, yeah, man. I gotta go with the Dominican Muhammad Ali. I think I'm gonna go with the Dominican Muhammad Ali in this fight. Uh, Giovanni. And he been getting good sparring, been around Lil B Hop, so I'm gonna trust in that. Um, and as far as with Lil B Hop and King Tug, I got Lil B Hop. Um, so Stills, man. Any other news before I get into Plant and Canelo?
Um, Update on the whole John Riel Casemiro. and
Oh yeah, go ahead.
what's his face? No Nino Donaire. That fight is totally off. You know what I mean? I actually seen a live stream earlier this afternoon. And the both of the teams are kind of now more respectful of each other. They kind of come to an agreement of being respectful, but not come to agreement for the fight. It is solidified that John Riel Casimiro will be fighting on August 14th. That date has been solidified for them. So regardless of if Nonito Donaire comes back into the picture or if he doesn't, Jean Riel Casimiro still will be fighting on that date. That's why um, if you've seen some of their streams and whatnot, some of their live streams, they've been doing some decent kind of little low budget all access type of shit. You know what I mean? Where you see some training footage of John Riel Casimiro, him going up doing some sparring, doing some running and whatnot. And sometimes you see him picking out his dinner, man, picking out his dinner and eating at the dinner table. So you seeing some all access shit with this little young Filipino champion, which I think is cool. You know what I mean? I'm seeing that the man has a extensive fan base, a growing extensive fan base. So, you know what I mean? I'm liking what I'm seeing. His fight still once again is confirmed for August 14th against who I don't know. Um, Once again, I want to still put up that case against Rigondeaux because
Oh my
Rigondeaux was
God.
nowhere to be found, and he was supposed to be the original opponent for Casemiro. You know what I mean? And now all of a sudden he was taking off. What's his face? Donaire bragged about getting Rigondeaux out of this fight. Now that he's out of the fight, now that he's pulled himself out of the fight, where is Rigondeaux? You know what I mean? Are we just good with him being a Reggie Belt champion, or can he uh, uh, kind of halfway unify with John Riel Casimiro, which we all thought it was a great fight when the PBC announced it
The only way I'll
earlier this
indict
year.
Rigondeaux is if you could get the general to defend him. That's it.
Ah, shit.
If you could make that happen, if you could get the OG to defend him,
Look, you
that
stacking the car. Look, impartiality, Judge. Impartiality. Now you gotta the biggest lawyer at the LDBC. You gotta get the general for Rigondeaux to come at me. Come on, bro. I see what it is, but yeah, that's the latest update on Casemiro and No Nonito Donaire. Donaire remains to be a duck. You know what I mean for not going through with this fight. First of all, he was crying about Vada, uh, Jean Riel Casimiro not being registered with Vada, which was untrue. The man's been registered since 2017, and then now he's claiming they was being disrespectful to his wifey. So one thing
it
after another, you
was.
know what I mean? I mean, well, then settle that in the ring, my nigga. Settle that in the ring. But obviously,
But he
he
don't
wants
want to
to
take
be
the test.
he what test?
The
Well,
Vada.
stop it. I just told you the man's been registered since 2017.
But it don't matter. The days that they was telling him to take the test when they was supposed to start it during the fight, because you know there's a procedure during your fights when
Bro,
you have Vada, and he
Mauricio Suleiman even came out and said the man's been in the boxing program since 2017 and they've updated their whereabouts and their address. So it's not a problem. So what's no Dino
yeah,
there
but
bitching
he
about,
started
Doc?
late. Donita Donaire started, I believe, like the 26th, and then it took Casamayor to like the 29th or something like that to register and all of that, and they had an agreement. Man, please stop trying to defend this man. I don't know what he trying to cycle out. I don't know what
Circle
he
out
ain't
what,
getting
nigga? You
away.
say,
He ain't, he ain't
yo,
getting away with that.
he's still
He ain't
fighting
getting salute
August
to Tay Tay
14th.
Brown.
Cycle off of what?
He ain't getting
You
away
ain't got
with
no
that.
evidence on that, bro. You ain't got no evidence on
Yo,
that,
that's what
bro.
they said in the video. Watch the whole thing with Donito Donaire and Rachel and his wife.
Yeah, and they got no evidence. They talking out their ass, bro.
They wasn't talking out their
They
ass. They know
talking
what
out
they
their
talking
ass,
about.
bro.
Niggas was
And now,
cheating.
and what's going on now? You see my guy still training and no Nito Donaire getting ready for July 4th. You know what I mean? Vacationing and holidaying and shit. While my niggas on the grind, dog. He had no intentions of fighting, bro.
How I know he on the grind? I ain't see no training video of Casemiro.
Bro, you need to man, just type up a Casemiro and you'll see a bunch of videos pop up, my nigga. It ain't hard to see. It
I
ain't
heard
hard to see.
Casemiro don't be living right anyway.
He the only Filipino working right now. You know what I mean?
I heard
Other
I
than
heard he don't be
Pacquiao, my
living
nigga.
right. He got to do that. I heard he don't be living right anyway.
See. Every time there's a threat to a new way, this nigga be coming out with some
Ain't no
bullshit.
threat to new. I think Donito Donaire will is gonna whoop his ass anyway. I don't know about Rigondeaux. I keep it real. As much as I love Rigondeaux, I don't know if Rigondeaux re-get that date. If he going, if if he could, I think I would actually have Casemiro. I hate to say it, break my heart, but I want Rigondeaux to win.
Mm.
But I got to keep it a stack. Like I don't like all of this games that Casemiro is playing, and you defending that shit. You wasn't defending it at first because
Ain't no
he was cycling off some shit,
ain't no games being played, bro.
cycling off some shit, and we watching you, Casemiro. Why you couldn't start the same day as Donito Donaire? Had to get the flush. I know.
Then we got reports of I think this was reported by
Salute to
Blue,
Pink
but
Meadow.
um I caught a little bit of this interview too with Jerry Carl Jacobs claiming that he could have been the opponent, or he was supposed to be the opponent for Jamal Charlo instead of Juan Montiel, and Jamal Charlo ended up
Wow.
going with Juan Montiel. That's
Wow.
that's what Jericho Jacobs is saying right now. And I mean,
Wow.
apparently he's getting ready for a fight, a big fight. I see he went back to his origins. He's back with Andre Rozier once again. I think they've settled their differences. If we can remember, he got rid of Rozier because of some money disputes
I
or
think it
whatnot.
was it at the Selecki fight after that, right?
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, after that Selecki fight. Um, yeah, they was having some financial disputes and whatnot. So it looks like that's been worked out. He's back over there working with Rozier for a fight that's gonna be announced in the next coming weeks. But yeah, he threw Jamal Charlo under the bus, saying that yeah, it could have been me, but he chose Juan Montiel.
Damn, Maul. I gotta bang the gavel on you, champ. If that's true, I gotta bang the gavel on you. I gotta bang the gavel on you. Like, damn, like it was already bad enough we didn't get the Benavidez fight. Like, shit is crazy. Just when I started to like your ass again. Like, come on, bro. We've been one. Of course, I would have rather seen the Danny Jacob fight than that. I always thought you could beat Danny Jacobs, and that's my New York brother.
Hmm.
It's crazy.
Hmm.
And I even defended him when he ran into him in the Barclays, and I always defended more. I was like, man, come on, man. That wasn't nothing. He was in Brooklyn. So it might be too much smoke for him. Can't be too much smoke for him because now Canelo put him on the list. Even though I feel like he want Arthur Beterbiev. He said Bivol, Maul, Bivol, or Beterbiev.
Yep. So
He said 503 is gonna have something to say about this. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I think he is. I think he should say something about it. I mean, like I said, if it's true, I'm not jacking that because that, like, come on, bro. As soon as we heard Juan Montiel, but salute to Juan Montiel because it was he did his thing. He did his thing. And for the people thinking that he only won, like, don't get me wrong, it was still a shutout if he won like 4 rounds or 3 rounds. Still a shutout. But I'm just saying he won a couple rounds in it. Like there was a round where I seen more hurt, and I never seen more hurt before. More is more the solid one. I never. I mean, and they said, and then if I believe in the first Mel, they said Mel got hurt in the first what's the name fight, Tony Harrison fight. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. I don't remember him really getting hurt. But more to me, he looked like he got hurt. To be honest with you, in this fight, it was nothing bad. He still came back and dominated with the swollen eye. That showed me that I got to give him credit. No quitting him. Just like on some new way shit with his eye, there was no quitting him either. So I got to give him credit, especially with people quitting a lot because of their eyes in recent memory. So I definitely got to give him credit. He dominated. Not gonna lie, just was a couple mishaps in a couple rounds, in my opinion. Because I was like, oh shit, he's hurting Mel, and I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? But he's still trying to battle back, you know what I mean? So it was definitely an entertaining fight. Juan Montiel, I think, is definitely a threat. I want to see Juan Montiel and what's someone Boo fought Liam Williams. I want to see them go at it. I got Juan Montiel. Juan Montiel beat his ass. I promise you. Let him heal up for about 6 months.
Agreed.
Like he showed me a lot. Like he would be very difficult. Like the way he be switching and the way he be punching. I was like, nah. I see why he was difficult for more. I fought a nigga like that, man, from Jersey. Nigga named Brandon. He was mad. It took me till like the third round to start catching him. He was so weird, like how he fought. But yeah, man. So I guess there's nothing else. I guess we could go into it, right?
I mean, yo, there's plenty of shit. I don't know if you heard about. Well, first off, you saw the David Morrell Jr. fight on Sunday last weekend? Did you?
Yeah.
His spectacular stoppage of
He looked like he
believe
ain't even try. Like it's crazy.
yeah,
Like what?
Mario Cazares. Well, Team Cazares has recently came out and is looking to appeal the stoppage. They're complaining that uh
It was
the stop
premature.
no, they're complaining that the stoppage was due to a rabbit punch.
Wow.
There is a heavy bruise on the back of Mario Cazares' neck, kind of like by his neck at the back of his ear, maybe. So with that with that bruise, they're trying to say that that's what caused the spectacular knockout. You know what I mean? And they want to appeal the ruling. Um, where the bruise is to me, I mean, it looks borderline. But
Mm.
I remember seeing the fight. I remember seeing when that punch landed at that location, and that punch didn't I, it wasn't I don't think the concussive blow that stopped him. But this is what Team Cazares is coming with, and they trying to throw salt on David Morrell Jr.'s spectacular victory, who I believe is a serious problem. We need to you know what I mean take under consideration this guy's only has what 4 fights. He's 4-0. I mean 23 years old, already headlining, selling out cards in Minnesota. The numbers did just come out with regards to viewership. My man did 1.3 million on Fox. You
That was
compare
a good
that
knockout, though.
you compare that to Caleb Plant, what he did his last fight. He did 2 million on Fox. So we got a up and coming problem, a up and coming star in the 168 division that's over on the PBC side, most definitely. Once again, I have to reiterate, in only 4 fights, he's headlining. You know what I mean? And has 1.3 million people watching them. You know what I mean? So those numbers are definitely going to continue to go up. You know what I mean? Drastically, and especially with the opponents that they put in front of them. It looks Benavidez might have a new nemesis that they might try to put on him in the PBC. There'll be no in-house things, in-house fights are the things these days. So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was a spectacular knockout. I definitely watched it. I also watched the undercard too, and that really surprised me. Uh, Glinton, whatever his name is.
Brandon
Uh,
Glanton.
yeah,
Yeah,
against
Brandon
Apochi,
Glenn and Effie Apochi. Yeah,
and Glinton really did his thing, man. He really boxed, and for a football player, he was very like, you know what I mean. I was surprised how swift he was. He almost remind me. Only other person I know to transition from football that was swift like that. You know what I mean. Of course, James Tony. James Tony was a quarterback, so it came down from like 200 something pounds to like 160, and got with Bob Miller. So
mm,
you know, but salute to him and his win, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him again, making me want to pay attention to the cruiserweights. Could we get another World Series of boxing?
hmm.
I actually kind of liked it that we need to get that back, man. Y'all need to bring that back, the World Series of boxing, man. But man, let's go into Caleb Plant and Canelo, man.
Yeah. Hearing that talks have stalled
Again,
between Canelo and Plant. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Stay Ready broke it down. You know what I mean, earlier backstage and whatnot. And apparently, networks are the problem. Why the fight hasn't been solidified yet. Um, I guess the networks are deciding how this pay-per-view is going to be showcased. We we have to take under consideration Canelo's with the Zone, and of course Caleb Plant is with Fox. So there's I guess a little bit of tug of war going on between the both networks on who's showcasing what and how this fight's going to be presented. I know the Zone, being that they have Canelo on their side right now, they're probably thinking that we got first dibs. We should be able to showcase this fight um for whatever the pay-per-view on cable, as well as our subscription base. You know what I mean? And then Fox might be looking at it the other way, like, well, if we put up more money, we want to fight over on our network pay-per-view, Fox pay-per-view. So I think there's somewhat of a stalemate going on between the two networks. I wish Fox would kind of just um, get out of the way a little bit and just let this fight happen on the Zone. You know what I mean? Being that um, Canelo is the A side over there with Matchroom and the Zone, and Caleb Plant, let's be real, is the B side. So if he wins, then I'll be in agreement. Fox pay per view, you know what I mean? Bring it back over to Fox. Let Fox get the rematch. But as far as having this be a problem a fly in the ointment because Fox don't want to give up the reins to his own. I think is weak. You know what I mean? But other opportunities, other fighters have been now coming up as a possible replacement for Caleb Plant. Talking Benavidez, they talk Charlo, but when you talk Benavidez and you talk Charlo, those are two other PBC fighters as well. So you run into the same motherfucking problem you did with Caleb Plant. The other person that you have on the short list that Canelo spoke of was Artur Beterbiev. Now, with that selection right there, Beterbiev, that might be possible. You know what I mean? True, it's another situation where he's co-promoted by Top Rank. Eddie and Bob Arum haven't been having the best relationships of late, but they have worked together before of recent. You know what I mean? Artur Beterbiev, um, in his estimation, if you looking at it from his side, where are the big money fights for him? You know what I mean? In and around 175. Bivol's not a big fight, you know what I mean? It's not going to garner that type of money that he could possibly get from Canelo, you know what I mean? There's nobody else at 175 or even cruiserweight that's going to give him the type of paycheck that Canelo's going to give him. We got to remember, Better BS, what, 36, about to be 37 years old, been inactive, hasn't been looking to this last fight against that German Adam Diaz. He looked unimpressive to me. That mean he's once again inactive, often injured. I think this is the time Canelo sees that, and this is the time that uh, Better Biev might be some low hanging fruit. Now, yes, he's a beast. He did out Alexander Vostok with ease, but really and truly, that's his best win. And I mean, it goes pretty thin after you see what he did to Vostok. And I mean, if you want to say Tavarius Cloud was a huge win, go by all means. But Better Bievs, I don't think is the beast that everybody makes out to be. And I think I see him being a very possible opponent for Canelo once again. Better Bievs getting up there in age, inactive, often injured. So that to me spells like a recipe that Canelo might want to make.
Me personally, I agree with everything that you said. I'm mad, like even that the fight is even, in entanglement. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't even be. This is like the third time we heard about this fight not happening. One time because Caleb Plant didn't have enough time to train and things of this nature and that nature. I'm tired of whole shit and I'm ready to bang the gavel. Bring him to court. That's who you need to bring to court. Bring him to court.
Who, Caleb Plant?
Yeah.
I already got that nigga. I already got him, bro. I already got him. We gonna give him a second strike already?
Okay, okay. Damn. See, sometimes you do so many cases, you just can't keep up. Just can't keep up with who been on there and who didn't. Damn, son. I wish we had a bulletin board. Like you remember how they had Mortal Kombat trilogy, and you had you could pick everybody, all the characters. We gotta have all the boxes like that. So I know who fucking been on the docket and how many times.
True, true.
But yeah, man, I'm mad that this fight's not even like for like the 1800th time. We're not getting the fight that we want to get.
I'm saying, bro.
And in the pandemic, which shit been terrible, everything just been crazy. You would think like, damn, in the pandemic, you know what I mean? I could catch COVID and my lungs could fuck up, man. Let me take this chance. Ain't even like that. We ain't even getting nothing like that. We just getting what shit like free lunch in public school. Just taking it, man. Just got to deal with this shit, man. And my whole thing is this, man. I just want some more lucrative fights. That's all I want, man. I don't think I'm asking for too much. I think the Caleb playing Canelo playing would have been nice. If he fights Arthur Beterbiev, I'll watch it. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not jumping up and down and jumping for joy with the shit. If he fights Bivol, that's an all right fight. But I kind of see him beating everybody. I think the person that actually got the best chance is the motherfucker that got three motherfucking strikes of trying to get this fight made. Is playing. I still don't think he win, but I think he do the best out of those three names. If you put a gun to my head, I'm bugging out, Steels. Or
I disagree. You know what I mean? I
who got the
disagree.
best chance? Who got the best chance? Please,
I'm gonna go on a
and
limb.
illuminate me.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say the best chance is actually David Morrell Jr.
Come on, bro. We not even. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about somebody in the fucking sweepstakes. Still,
I know he ain't in the sweepstakes, but uh,
you got to be in the sweepstakes.
I'm not a believer in Plant's stamina. He has great boxing skills, pedigree, ring generalship, but I think that lasts for 8 rounds, and that's not long enough to face a vaunted puncher like Canelo. Let's let me remind people too, not only the punching power, the gloves that Canelo uses. You know what I mean? Which is I'm starting to believe it's some kind of play off of those MX Everlast. You know what I mean? And take note that Tank Davis now uses the Canelo
Yeah, the
gloves
no
as
boxer,
well.
no life. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you saw the result that happened. I mean, last week. So yeah,
Yeah,
that
I think
just
they
goes.
made with they padded horsehair, just like the MX Everlast.
Yeah,
I
so
believe that.
yeah, so I feel like it's based off of that design somewhat. You know what I mean? Which adds I would estimate
Good point. Good point.
adds
Yeah,
more
good.
punching power. You know what I mean? So um yeah, he got it for 8 rounds, but after those 8 rounds and the championship rounds and whatnot, 10, 11, 12. Those are Canelo's time to break him down, and that's where I think the stoppage will happen. Best chance to really give Canelo a run for his money, I believe. Benavidez. And then, I mean, Benavidez is that guy. I think he has the dog. I'm not really. Um, once again, I think Better be somewhat overrated. I haven't seen him in a real dog fight. You know what I mean? And I know Canelo would bring him a dog fight. What will happen um, after Better BF gets put down? Has to take a knee a couple times. Will he resign to his corner? I could see him quitting on the stool after getting some punishment that he's never seen before. You know what I mean? So especially at his advanced age, 36, 37, um, going in for that last cash out, that last good payday. Yeah, I don't see the hunger there. Like I see from David Benavidez
I ain't gonna front.
or
He be working out hard though. I watch Beterbiev train though. I can't cat. Like I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like he trained dumb hard. He trained like he 20. Like the regiments and shit that he be doing, it's kind of bugged out to me. Like for somebody 30 and they late 30s like that.
yeah, I see that, but I still don't trust his temperament. I don't trust his temperament. You gotta remember, I'm in Canada, bro. I've been seeing Better be of before all y'all
Yeah,
niggas. You know
yeah, yeah,
what I
that's a
mean?
fact. That's a
Cause
fact.
he been training up in Quebec for the longest time and not calling out Adonis Stevenson, not calling out no Jean Pascal. He wasn't calling out no Lucian Bute, no Eladir Alvarez at the time. He was just minding his own business, just like he doing now. He ain't calling out nobody. He just happy to be the motherfucking unified champion doing his thing. You know what I mean? But he'll be happy to take that check if Canelo come calling.
Hey yo, man, I fella never liked Better Big, bro.
I don't think
Never.
any of us was too fond of him.
No,
But
I'm telling you.
yo,
Like,
tell the people where they can find you at, Red.
shit, yeah, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. You know what I'm saying? Right here on YouTube, y'all already know. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe, tell a friend, tap in. You know what I'm saying? It's your usual suspect 10. What's happening with it?
Ain't shit,
Mm.
man. Tell the people what up. As far as what you think about the Caleb Plant and the Canelo fight falling out.
Okay, so why they say that it's falling out now? I'm still confused.
Stills, would you like to summarize it for our brother?
Well, pretty much what I'm building from what Stay Ready was saying earlier. Um, it's due to the networks. You know what I mean? It's due to networks disputes between DAZN and Fox, and apparently Fox is trying to put more money up so they can have the fight on Fox pay-per-view, and of course DAZN, they want it on DAZN. You know what I mean? Because this would probably be the biggest fight that they've ever showcased. You know what I mean? So there's a stalemate between talks because of that situation.
Okay, I'm under the notion that uh, if Eddie Hearn was willing to pay Saudi Arabia, well, let Saudi Arabia pay for TV rights from them, then we wouldn't have no issue with having someone else pay the same money for TV rights. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they're not paying him the same amount, and if they, you know what I'm saying, trying to shortchange him, then that's one thing. But if it's still around that same area and you out here selling the fight anyway, selling the TV rights to the fight anyway, well, you might as well let Fox do their thing. I mean, that's what it seems. That's what it sounds like to me. I think that's if that's what if that's his mo or whatnot, and that's what he does, then I would say do that. Now, I do agree with you. This might be one of the zone's biggest fights if they were to have it, but I don't know, man. When you're dealing with networks, you gotta meet halfway. You always gotta meet 50-50. Things can't just go all the way your way. So I mean, you just gotta find some type of common ground.
I mean,
Uh,
I
yeah.
don't mean to be the guy that, you know what I mean, that the A side, B side guy, but I mean, Plant only got the one belt, bro. Plant only does 2 million. You know what I mean? Once a year.
I
This will be Canelo's what, fourth time out,
yes, yeah,
and
I understand.
and Fox is trying to dictate the terms, my nigga. Come on, man. They're slowing up the fight. They're slowing up motherfucking Canelo's fucking schedule, bro. Yeah, at this rate, he could have got rid of Plant and then decided whether you want to fight Charlo, Better BF, or what's his name, Benavidez.
I mean, he could have did that, but like I said, when you put it out there that you selling fights, you can't get mad when somebody won't buy it. Don't put it out there that you sell that type of shit. Won't nobody try to buy it? But I mean, like I was telling you, like we talked about earlier, he tried to sell the biggest fight in UK history, and it was undisputed. He was ready to sell that shit. So you can't be willing to sell it one day and then the next day, like, nah, I don't do those things. Like, nah,
But sometimes they got to be willing to buy it too, Red.
yeah, that too.
They got to
But
want to
you
put
ready
up
where
the
you
money.
at? You
Certain
know,
fights, they don't want to be putting up money.
no. I agree with that too. If Fox willing to outbid you for it, then that's what it is. Now, match they offer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? Fox coming at you with something, you come at them with something like, nah, we got this. I'd rather give you this since you want to buy it. I'll buy you out. Those things happen. But you can't just be like, oh, no, we not gonna do none of that because we can't afford to buy that, obviously. and we just not gonna sell it to you. Come on, man. Not when you out here selling that shit though, because that's what you tried to do already. That's all I'm saying. You can't be out here saying that that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? Getting down like that. Then when somebody ready to buy something, you like, nah, I don't really, nah. You know what I'm saying?
Now I feel you on that. So, what do you feel about Arthur Beterbiev or Bivol and fighting them?
Uh, I'm not really a big fan of Bivol. You know what I'm saying? I like Better Be. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that fight. You know what I'm saying? If they fight, if they line that up, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with it. Canelo been
Oh,
beating that fight.
so you
Canelo,
rather the Arthur Beterbiev than the Bivol?
yeah, absolutely. But honestly, the Better Be joint is gonna be the same type of issues because Better Be will top rank.
Co-promoted by Top Rank.
Yeah,
Oh,
cool. Yeah,
okay.
you know
Well,
all them Russian dudes.
yeah, he might be able to get that off. He might be
Who's
right.
his manager? Cletus?
Um, I'm,
Ingus?
I think it might be Aegis Clemus.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He might be able to get that off then, but I don't know. I'm interested in that fight more than Bivol. I'm not a real big Bivol fan. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, Canelo been fighting white boys anyway. You know what I'm saying? Canelo been doing these white boys like Tank Davis do Spanish cats. For real. So, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Fuck it.
All right. You segue into, another thing. Because I already talked about it and still talked about it before you jumped on as far as the Canelo thing. But what you think about Tank saying that, or people or sources, rumors saying that Tank may fight Ryan next? What you think about that fight?
I mean, I don't know. Look, man, Ryan obviously still got mental issues, man. So I don't take nothing he say serious. I don't believe in nothing this dude. Like I'm just look, man. I was gonna say this on the Beltway earlier, but we didn't get to talk about it. Ryan Garcia, and you heard it here first. I was saying Ryan Garcia is gonna be Mario Lopez, but I'm through with that. I think I was wrong. Ryan Garcia gonna grow up and be Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Oh nah.
Mm.
That's the road he's on.
Well, he ain't a champion. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. actually won the belt. He had the WBC steals, right?
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I think he did. He beat somebody. It was a point where he was focused at one time before he started missing camp and smoking weed
Yeah, I don't
with
remember.
Freddie
Like
Roach.
he ain't look good since he fought Sergio Martinez.
Yeah, that's who he won the belt the first time
Look,
they fought,
Ryan Garcia is a
and then he
bowl.
lost, I believe, in the rematch. But go ahead. My fault.
Ryan Garcia is a bowl of Lucky Charms away from being Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He already wearing pink draws. Yeah.
Mm.
And I don't believe nothing that this nigga say, man. I can't take no you got mental till I know you are mentally stronger. I can't take nothing you say serious, man. Nothing at all, man. Nothing. Straight up and down, man. That shit is a sickness. And I think it's sad that people will see that the guy got mental health issues and still let him just tweet and be all on Instagram like, yo, are we getting him help or are we bullshitting? Like, do you care or don't you? How do I know this is not fake? You know what I'm saying? How do I know? Because it don't seem like he getting no help. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just that boy. That boy he need to sit down and talk to somebody for real. Because all that wanted to fight, like he was supposed to fight Tank Davis in the beginning of all the bullshit. The root of his mental health issues was the Tank Davis fight. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think the root was Spatula Pad, Oscar De La Hoya.
Nah. Oscar already. You know what I'm saying? They just both weird. They both weirdos. So that's why they was able to kick it. But Ryan was cool. Then he started saying how he was cool after the Luke Campbell fight. Everything was good. Then he started saying, "I'm gonna fight Tank. I'm gonna knock him out in 2 rounds." That was the beginning of mental health and wellness all fucked up right there. That was the beginning of his downfall. Because nobody believed that shit. Somebody niggas was looking at him like he was crazy. Then he said, "You know what? I don't want to fight Tank. I'm gonna fight Pacquiao." That's even more outlandish. Motherfuckers is like, "Yo, Pacquiao not even in your weight class. Now you gonna bump up to 47 for Pacquiao? Talking about it's a dream fight? Stop lying." Mental health and wellness. Then after that, he like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna fight Fortuna." Fortuna and the contract signed, and he ready to pull out. Man, I'm telling you, man. I don't believe nothing he say. I don't believe nothing he say at all, man. Everything he say, you gotta take with a grain of salt. That's what I got on.
Okay. Steels, man, what you got on Tank and Ryan possibly fighting?
Not much. I mean, I don't believe it at all. I think one thing, shit, if you're a champion, you should steer clear negotiating or even having the idea of fighting Ryan Garcia because it might end up having you getting your ass stripped. You know what I mean? But Ryan Garcia, yeah, Ryan Garcia, I don't think he's irrelevant right now. Let's be real. What's going on with his podcast, Fierce Talk? I mean, that's been suspended indefinitely. I mean, this the mental state of Ryan Garcia it's a real thing. You know what I mean? Especially if his podcast has been temporary suspended. So he needs to get that shit back in order before I mean he could even fathom the thought of fighting a guy like Tank Davis. Going from like we can't forget we gotta reiterate that he fought Luke Campbell for the interim championship. You know what I mean? He coveted and held that belt. Was so proud of that belt, that WBC strap, which is the replica of the same strap that Devin Haney rocks around his waist. You know what I mean? The real champion. Um, that fight was supposed to be mandatory or to put him in line for that title shot, and he's been constantly ducking that title shot. So maybe the mental health hasn't been coming from Tank Davis. It's actually originated from ducking Devin Haney that's giving him his mental anguish. You know what I mean? I think that's the real cause of this mental stress because once again, the Javier Fortuna was supposed to put him back in some type of line with the WBC, and he got rid of that opportunity as well. So it all leads back to Devin Haney, the WBC champion, and it's quite obvious Ryan Garcia wants no parts of Devin Haney and the WBC belt.
Hmm. Well, I think that is an interesting fight if it's made, but I don't really. And I see you, L Dub. L Dub said Mario Barrios moved up to 147 and has been ranked number 6 in the WBA rankings at 47. Not surprised, but yeah, I wouldn't mind the fight. I guess it's going to be at 35. I guess Tank is going to play around with 35 and 40 in the near future. You know what I mean? I guess. I don't know. That's what it seeming like. But I also could see the Isak Cruz fight uh, uh, going down because I think that would probably stick more. Um, I don't know if Ryan Garcia's health issues will allow him to train or be in the ring, or even if some people say it's just his girlfriend. She got him on lock. So I don't know. I don't know what the situation is, but I definitely wouldn't mind the fight going down. I just would want to see. I just feel like that's one of those fight after fight. Get Tank give us a fight that we really want, if ever. Um, he could get that little fight as a like a chill out fight, because I don't even think Ryan Garcia right now could really present that big of a problem. Maybe a couple rounds here and there, but I see Tank knocking him out too, with them no boxing, no life gloves.
Hmm.
But let's get ready to get up out of here, y'all. Been on for an hour. I just wanted to do a quick live stream, real quick, nothing too long. Uh, Red, man, tell the people where they can find you at, man. Thanks for coming. I know you say you wanted it 10, but
Nah, it's all good as shit. You know what I'm saying? My bad for coming so late and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I still had to slide through. Man, salute to the usual suspects, man. It's your usual suspect 10, 503. Stay ready. Our fella, KG at Reach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Salute to the team, man. Salute to the chat. Salute to the LDBC, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. It's your boy Cadillac Red. I'll holler at y'all in a minute, man. One.
yes, sir. Salute, we Steels close us out.
Indeed, you know what I mean? Once again, salute to the usual suspects, you know what I mean? Salute to everybody in the chat. You know what I mean? L Dub Boxing, Kui, Pink Medals, Faith in the Cross, you know what I mean? Salute. Make sure y'all catch us Sunday afternoon, 5:20 p.m. Eastern time for Boxing Night Court. Should be a very interesting program. Should be a very lively program. I think we got Cali Enigma coming through. He's gonna be prosecuting Effie Apoche, and I'm gonna go be defending the brother Effie Apoche. Yeah, I mean, so it should be interesting. I'm building my case. You know, what I mean, I got some heavy exhibits I'm about to lay out for y'all. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Once again, 5:20 p.m. Eastern time. That's Sunday. Boxing Night Court on right here on the Jab Jamboree. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, The War Report. Go check out the listening sessions that we just did. Joseph Calloway and his dope music, his dope catalog, you know what I mean, all the way from East Oakland. But y'all know what it is. Your favorite, your most hated all fellas. Salute to the whole LDVC, and I'm Gizon.
Yes, sir. Man, yo, salute to Cadillac Red, salute to J Steel, salute to KG 503, and stay ready, man. You know what I mean? Even though they ain't with us now, you know they with us in spirit and all that. Salute to everybody in the chat. Man, this was a nice quick build, real quick. We talked about a few things. Salute to everybody, you know what I mean, for jumping in here. You know what I mean, whoever was here. And yes, shout out to the usual suspects and the LDBC and the full preserve plan. It's your boy, Act Reach. I never steer you wrong. And I'm out of here. Make sure y'all check us out Sunday. Boxing Night Court. Don't want to miss it. Peace.